drinking.
Ukher is announced. Ukher, strong man, hero of Aegis, the mover of boats and heavy things. Galeth is standing guard next to him.
Recognize Lokrik as the king of the Dwarvish lands here, and will do what he needs in his home. I have brought... Pull out...
Peanut butter.
The charm of the Blue Mountain.
Okay.
The first treasure I have found on my first adventure as a child. I was climbing a tall mountain and was attacked. I was climbing a tall mountain to bury my lost dog. And I was attacked by... He says a word that it translates to being like demon snowmen. Evil snowmen.
Evil snowmen. Oh my god.
And from them, I found this, my very first magic. Oh, my bowl.
You know, his bowl is kind of full of stuff at this point in time. They're using it as a...
treasure. I'm gonna put it in.
Okay. My friend Ukher, your gift is accepted, although not necessary. Enjoy yourself over the next few days.
It always makes very, very cold water.
Know that you always have a safe place in Dvergholme. His words were carefully chosen, because they tend to lock you up for 3 days.
You'll always be free. No, not free.
That's not the right word here. That's right.
Apparently, there are some whispers, but apparently Lokrik has already smoothed over the incident where you were under Vargon's control and pushing people out of the way and breaking doors and that sort of thing.
I was just wandering through the castle and kicking guards left and right.
and you should know that our front gate has been repaired. And there's some laughter that rings throughout the hall and the people. Lokrik has a perform comedy.
It's good.
Because it's a thing. Lokrik, a joke maker. Let's just roll.
Not me, not me. I'm not
Joker.
ready.
Let's just roll.
Not me, not me. I'm not ready.
Oh no, he didn't take comedy. Shit. It's just his charisma.
Oratory.
He's the king. Everybody laugh.
Yeah, exactly. He's king of the world.
An excellent joke.
Making light of our broken gate. How dare you? And he rolls a 24. People laugh.
3 dwarves died to build magic.
Oh, right. No one died. Ukher would be in chains right now if people died.
Ukher would sneeze and they'd accidentally be like, dink! Oh,
okay. Are there any other heroes of Aegis that wish to approach the king? Gallup is standing there, like in his full armor, kind of guarding the bowl full of treasures.
I've got my Dragon Slayer shield out with my symbol on it. My armor has been fixed up finally.
Lokrik isn't actually sitting in his throne; he's actually standing. He hasn't claimed the throne yet. But...
Gallup looks weird because his armor isn't all beat to shit.
It's all clean.
It's clean and like all the dents have been hammered out and it's been polished.
His hair is pert clean. Okay.
Right? And he's still got that beard growing.
Anyone else? Heroes of Aegis?
Yeah, I'm gonna go up. I'm trying to... quick question. Does Lokrik have any spells that will cast with Fire Descriptor?
No, he's a bard.
Bard.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Damn it! I've nothing to give him! Then I will make my...
failed.
I have nothing that I can offer him as a king.
So Oberon and Remy both go up with you then.
Man, those bagpipes.
To the
are
one,
just-
to the one I used to call friend, now I bow down to and say king. I'm so pleased to do so. I am honored to be here, and very pleased to see you where you belong, where you deserve to be. I offer you the promise that, as long as I draw breath, I will make sure and do my best to maintain and contain the peace for Dvergholme, and to let you know that I am at your disposal in helping you find any of your brethren, wherever they may be, and how long it may take to find them. I will help you do so.
Yeah, and I'm with him. Says Rody. There's a bit of laughter, and then people begin to, kind of forget about the dude that just spoke.
What was that?
There's a
Wasn't
weird
too part.
mythic power at first.
So I did that on purpose for 2 reasons.
Friendship and kingship are not mutually exclusive, Lemmy, but I thank you for your words. We have many battles yet to fight, and many pieces to make. I also echo Lemio's statement, and for as long as I am welcome here in Dvergholme, will make sure that the gifts of my craft benefit the king, the Heroes of Aegis, and the people here. Good King Lokrik. Bows Oberon. You are most welcome here, Oberon. Oberon has already, enchanted half the fucking things that Lokrik is wearing, so... Then there are others. There's a delegation that is from the actual lands of Rovland, including Thane Ingrid Lyasdottir, Grinhildr Winterpeak from the Snowshoe Mountain Lodge, and apparently the most senior noble in the land is now the Sisselman of Rovland. His name is Gorgolas the Round, and he has a very, very ostentatiously and very large wife named Quincermes the Loud.
The Loud?
Ingrid basically pays fealty to Lokrik, and there's a small box with some treasures from Runeshod. Basically, she's acting as the ruler of Runeshod, or of Rovland right now, and of Rushod. There's a bit of murmur in the crowd because of this, and some of the assembled nobles may not. You can give me sense motives if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Don't make me have to punch you off mountain. We're not on. I will punch you off a mountain.
Punch you straight off mountain. You'll go now.
6.
30?
Okay. Vozarum
26.
Trud doesn't care. Prince Ogmundsson is just watching with curiosity. These two, King Zverk, left hand, does not like to see this. Does not, for whatever reason, he does not like this arrangement. King Goodford the Sly also is shifting uncomfortably when Ingrid Lyasdottir is paying fealty to the king.
Prince Ogmundsson's mini is like, I am a knight, but I am also a model. Like, the hair blowing and the airbrushed skin and the
Right. Okay, so Ingrid,
Gallus gives Ingrid a little nod.
Yep.
And
she
offers a smile.
She nods to you. Rise. We shall look after the people of Rovland as we look after the people here in Dvergholme. And we, together, will be much stronger. Similar, and I'm here to support Thane Ingrid Lyasdottir, and my wife. She here wishes to gift you, Lokrik, with song.
Oh boy. Counter song! Counter song!
And she begins to sing almost in an operatic-like style, and about 30 minutes later finishes.
Fuck.
Ukher claps. Yes.
She a 32.
Yes.
Give me a knowledge arcana or a linguistics roll while she's singing.
Knowledge arcana or linguistics, you say?
I will either. My linguistics is higher, so 18. No linguistics.
Okay. Anyone else?
No. I shit the bed on that one.
Gallup can get a +2 on this roll.
Okay. This is a knowledge arcana or linguistics.
Was it a weird out of tune song?
Yes, there was a part of it that was just so like bizarre.
There's an opening
7.
gate in there.
Okay.
Derp.
Oberon leans over and, a very peculiar song, he says to Ukher, Lemmy, and Remio.
Oh! You mean it's possibly a song? Someone remember it, quick. Actually, Marty, a quick question.
Right. Perhaps.
Quick. Yeah,
Who's
sorry.
that lady again? She's like waving to everyone as people are clapping.
She's loud. Says Ukher a little bit too loud. That's her name. She's loud.
I believe she's a noble in Rovland. She's probably lives very close to Runeshard. Yes, it's one of the dots of the map around Runeshard that you guys never explored. So,
So this pick for both the round and the loud are awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just something
Beardman, just happy Beardman. He's happy. He's got a beard.
Prince Surveys the loud. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, she's even got like the costume version of like the Voslandic raider with the 2 horns on the hat, and like is like uber stereotypical almost, to the point where like some of the people in the hall think it's a bit of a joke, but she's more of a performer, aka a bard. But they give them with song, and perhaps Oberon was the only one smart enough in the hall to kind of like clue into it might be a song for the Song Gate or for the Ring of the Gods.
Marty, regarding that, Lemmy was scolded by the highest council member in Stenaglan regarding using the Ring of the Gods.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So am I completely against it now?
You can make up your own mind.
Well, no. It's not that. It's in regards to my connection with Yig. Right, that's what Lemmy's. I know. I'll think about it later.
There is no tenet in your religion that says thou shalt only use Yggdrasil to travel to other worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, casting plane shift would be require atonement.
However, Yggdrasil is a very good measure of the health of the worlds that it connects to. It tells you how healthy its connection is, and thus how healthy the world is through its connection.
A lot of worlds got weeds growing out of them.
I wasn't fucked up.
Okay, Perun of Diamond Skies glances towards Lemmy, and then she goes and presents. And there's a murmur. Quiet, please, quiet, says Droda. I am Perun of Diamond Skies, formerly in the form of an Esclav woman, and now in the form of your kin. I come here as de facto ruler of the Esclav tribes to wish Lokrik well in his coronation as king. May there be peace amongst our people.
Yes, nailed it.
Except this bundle of fur, this tract of hide this bit of ivory as symbolic gifts to the trade that will be brought, a caravan that we have been planning to bring to the Rock of Friendship on the shores of this lake. I certainly hope that you, King Lokrik, and your heroic friends of the sign of Aegis know what you're doing. For there are dangers out there, the Lenorm, the giants, angry spirits, Nethergeist, that the Esclav have long stood against, and that your actions are hastening.
Ukher is trying to not look guilty of doing the bad thing. He's also slightly intoxicated and can't bluff for beans.
Lemmy's gonna sack Ukher. It's like, that's for sleeping with a monster. Poof!
While I understand that you are but a small clan, hailed from a clan much larger, and that you are the remnants. We too are the remnants of a great people, and perhaps we can lean on each other in these dire times. Your words are sobering, Perun of Diamond Skies. You and your people are welcome here. I encourage those dwarves that have need of hide and fur and ivory to consider sending their own delegations to the Rock of Friendship. Let trade flow between our people. She nods. Returns to the others.
Lemmy gives her a nod.
Mighty Lokrik, hero of ages, slayer of not but one Lenorm, but three. You travel with great companions, one who even beat me at an arm wrestle, if you could believe that. In your hall you sit, dwarves, digging, crafting, mumbling. But know that there's a wider world out there, worlds upon worlds. And that even like the cowards on Vosgard amongst my people, I give a gift. And he throws down this massive blade that clangs to the ground unceremoniously in front of Lokrik. Yeah, this guy's a bit of a dick.
I like this guy.
This sword was taken, seized from the Jotun. Not Jotun on this world, but Jotun on others. They have spread their kind. They are raiding people and dwarves and elves. And yet we all sit here and clasp each other on the back for jobs well done. Well done! You've inherited halls that are not of your own making. Well done! We stand on the backs of our forefathers. How will we spend their legacy? In this dark time, fighting? Or prattling amongst ourselves and knitting sweaters?
I like this guy.
I like this guy. This guy I like.
Hurriedly, a bunch of dwarves go and pick up the big sword and awkwardly put it next to the, it's some huge creature's sword.
Ooh.
Well, a tough man to follow, says a man with a crown on his head. I'm King Godfred the Sly. Please.
Oh dear God.
I am King Godfred the Sly, some call me. But sly is not in my nature. Compared to warriors, I suppose I am sly in that I know how to turn one coin into three, how to administer farms and fields, and know that Dvergholme has always been a solid trading partner and vital part of the Kingdom of Vosgard and all of its protectorates. I come here, king of my own lands, to come and speak words with another king and to wish him well, for we both bend knee and pay tribute to the same High King. Welcome, Lokrik. Long has it been since we've had a dwarven king that we can actually speak to, and I look forward to the treaties, and I may even have markets for the things at the Esclave. By way of Dvergholme, a partnership between Jormark and Dvergholme. We'll see riches in our coffers. We'll see prosperity amongst our people. And we'll see that it is not only strength and raiding that makes a kingdom. He nods to Lokrik. I give you spices, dyes, and incenses from the far reaches of Vosgard. You do not need magic portals to have such things at your feet. Bows.
Thank you. Your gifts are well accepted. The dwarves will indeed look forward to trade with Jormark.
Strength and trade. Is that what you're offering this king on his day? This day is not about all of you, it is about Lokrik, a king. And what a king he will be. Some call me the left hand, which simply means by a king of his own making. I stood against and was blooded by my own family in order to become king, and the gods saw it fit to make me fit enough to seize it. As I understand, you, Lokrik, were fit enough to kick your usurping cousin from the very seat behind you, and thus you have my praise for the best strength, for the best test of a warrior and a king is can he turn a blade against his own family in order to be the rightful ruler of his people. To that end, I give you a gift, this magic dagger carried by one of my ancestors. There's a bit of a shock that goes through the crowd, and some dwarves come up and accept it. May it serve you as it served me. I look forward to speaking to you on important matters of state after your ceremony and day in the light is done. All hail King Lokrik, king of the dwarven people. All hail. Sense motives.
Okay.
Sense motive, eh?
10.
He seems
It's 15 if
25.
he was intentionally
7.
lying about something. But
25? 25 is what you're looking at, baby.
this is a tricky snake.
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
what up,
Nice
man?
toque
You have there.
Yeah, I just had one of those days where I'm at work going, I'm not even supposed to be here!
were at work today?
I got
That's
called
what-
in at 2 for what should have been and was a half-hour job. On my way out, the alarm goes off.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The alarm that says, get into the lunchroom and duct tape everything up.
The alarm that says, "Oh, the death is coming." That
Yeah.
alarm.
That alarm.
The spilling.
Welcome, Primal and Kenny.
Yeah, you know, it's actually, in retrospect, kind of shocking how often that alarm actually goes off.
Because you realize that the name that I gave it, that's the name it actually, like, that's what it is. It's the "Don't Die" alarm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, Mark works in a smelter where they smelt nickel and copper. Is that it, or?
And we produce all sorts of byproducts, too, because of the process.
Okay.
Including sulfuric acid and...
Other wonderful things.
Which would be one of the clouds that might have been coming to get him.
Yes.
You know the stinky clouds from last night? Those,
Right,
except with
right.
acid damage.
Holy
included.
Right, and you wear like a hazmat suit at work, right? Essentially.
No, I have a little half face to allow me to escape. In theory, something like that.
Oh.
Do you have a rod of teleportation?
No.
I don't understand.
No, we lost those last contract. It was...
balls.
Ah, shit.
That's funny.
Damn
Too
magic
expensive.
losers.
All right, welcome to us. We're in the middle of
sorry,
gift
I'm
giving to
late.
Lokrik the king. The coronation is still going on. As a bunch of kings of surrounding nations and warriors have basically come and like are giving praise to Lokrik and sending him weird messages. Prince Ogmundsson.
Basically, it's a who's who of whose kingdom we're gonna knock over next.
Well, it's like the local politics, right? These gifts are mighty and fine, King Lokrik, with each of them a story to tell, says Prince Ogmundsson.
Does his hair, like, wave in the middle of, like...
There's no wind. Just
Are you
Yeah.
asking if he's dreamy? Yeah, he's a
But is he
good-looking-
charisma 22 dreamy? Because that's what I really want to know.
Sure,
Close.
he's high
Damn it.
he's high charisma prince.
Can't
he's
have
wearing
another-
fine mithril mail. He's got a rapier at his side. There were some chuckles from the other kings, like they don't actually see him as peer. These gifts are mighty and fine, each with their own story to tell. My father sends gifts fit for the craft of dwarvish kings. Along with this message, and you notice that the Stormhammer of Thor and Grolovar the Maul are having a hard time moving this kind of like this palanquin of like something in the middle of it, and they put it down with a heavy thud. Like it's like, what are they moving? Lead?
Ukher's very interested in what are they moving?
The prince pulls back the tarp, and there are these weird
Ukher.
chunks of metal. The message from my father is this. Forge what you will, King Lokrik, son of Lok, grandson of legendary King Rithik Throng-Ar Karakvan, and may it aid in peace and lasting friendship. And
praise.
Could have adamantine?
it is ingots. These are ingots of God's metal, taken from the horde of fire giants in my father's raid against the giants of Muspelstein, or something like that. Hold on a second.
Mush across that.
Yes, right. It was very good. Don't ask me about that anymore.
Muspelheim.
Mushbelheim.
Muspelheim
Oh yeah, that's good times.
is a realm of fire. Apparently he's got warriors that go and, I remember that raid well, says Vozarum Trud Thorgrim, and everyone kind of nervously chuckles.
A kingly gift, and I appreciate the form that it takes.
My father looks forward to your visit to Vosensaga, as do all the people of Vosland. I shall be your escort, King Lokrik, when you are ready to take your leave.
You are... May you have the... May you be treated as your father would be treated in the halls of Dvergholme and the lands of Dvergholme and of Rovland during your stay here.
My father also says that the Heroes of Aegis are welcome to come with you when you appear before him to pay fealty. Lokrik nods, and the prince.
Are we supposed to be doing that again?
Not
They
really
lifted
sure.
over,
I don't.
And
Really?
and his gift was actually 15,000 gold pieces worth of adamantine.
Wow.
Which is like one suit of full plate and a sword.
Yeah,
What?
I think it's basically enough to make one suit of full plate, or yeah, a little bit extra. One suit of full plate and a weapon. Yep.
That's pretty good.
There's wastage when you melt it all down and you alloy it. There's wastage.
Lokrik can actually form that in like days as opposed to months. So it's
Yep.
like bing, bing, bing. He could probably hammer something out really quickly. He actually goes over and picks up some of the god's metal and takes a chunk of it as he goes. Other people are
Forms it
clapping.
into a helmet. Like, huh, nice.
Other people are clapping, but everyone had gave their gifts to Lokrik, and their fealty.
Remy said, could you repeat what Remy said? Remy said, I'm with him, I think. I'm with him.
I'm with him.
Everyone
Remy
kinda
gave a
forgot.
fancy speech. You're just like, yeah, I'm here. I'm with him. Everyone laughed, and then they kind of forgot who you were
What
when
he-
you left the
what he
stage.
said.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so there is a long, drawn-out ceremony that takes up the entirety of the second day. Lots of singing and chanting and anointing, and finally, Lokrik has the sigil of Karak Varn, like that circlet that he carries around with him, is placed upon his brow, kind of like symbolically as his king. There are a few other flanges that are added to it. And Lokrik then becomes King of Dvergholme and all the people. He is now. There's also a bunch of like other titles that go along with this. He is now known as the Migrant King. So, give me a second. He is now the King of the Dragon Gold Throne. He is the Chief Axguard Officer, and he is the honorary Master of the Scrivener of Stones. He is King of the Scattered Clans and of the Migrant Kingdom. And also the King of Dvergholme. So apparently, whether the dwarves out there know it or not, the ones that are part of the Scattered Clans are now beholden to Lokrik.
Cool.
Have they updated their forwarding addresses, or is
Right.
this just like
No.
right?
Well, I'm sure when he shows up wearing fucking adamantine full plate, surrounded by the coolest people who ever lived, they'll figure out pretty quickly that he is who he says he is.
I imagine there will be zero conflicts with dwarves in the future. They will all immediately bow.
He'd better.
Okay, so the King of the Dragon Gold Throne becomes king. The next day is full of feasting and drinking, and there are people that sort of linger, and there's a celebration.
Man, I'm gonna dance the danciest dance that ever danced.
All right, so Gallanth has got lots of dwarven ladies that want to dance with him. Give me a perform dance check as you were leading them in the latest Nalburnese dancing that you have learned.
Remember,
27.
they've got short little legs. You're not
And then
gonna.
I'm gonna add another 20 on top of that with my
47.
mythic. 47. It's pretty solid.
Okay.
There.
Apparently, Nalburnese, the equivalent of Nalburnese courtly dancing, is now a thing that dwarves want to adopt as part of their celebration.
Part of their very culture. 47
Yes, I have influenced their very culture. Soon everyone will be Nalburnese, whether or not they like it.
47. That's awesome. You should mark that down. The highest
I'm going
performed
to.
so far is probably that.
It's like
I didn't even roll well.
Dance or any of that.
That's correct. That is definitely correct.
Dwarves now meet when they meet and stand off, have like dances.
It's bro down.
I know you got schooled, bro.
They start walking around with pieces of cardboard, like old
You got schooled.
Dwarven
old
break
TV
dancing,
boxes, or
culture.
Take that.
Nice.
All right,
Very well done.
Galeth. You actually have dwarvish women that are interested in you.
Too bad.
Okay.
I'm interested in Ingrid.
All right.
Charisma 0. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, negative 2 dwarves.
Give me a bluff check to see if you're able to hide your interest in Ingrid.
I'm pretty good at that too.
If it is you're hiding, otherwise it's
He's not.
it's a
open about
diplomacy
it
check
right
or
now.
whatever.
Okay, so you're not hiding it, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so some of the dwarves insist that Thane, Ingrid, and Galeth dance.
I can do that. Diplomacy check, you say?
Yeah.
How's 32 sound?
What is this for? This is hiding or like?
No, being
getting
open
her
about
dance?
it. Doing it the appropriate way to not be embarrassing or look stupid.
So you guys have a private moment, but kind of in a dance on the dance floor.
Should I roll my dancing again?
Yes.
Yes.
This is to impress Ingrid or make her look completely like she's got 2 left feet.
Don't worry, I got more dance score than anybody ever needs.
Ever.
Pretty much. 43, so I just beat my own record. Well, no, I didn't actually, but that's fine.
Okay, so
This is with the penalty from her not being a dwarf. it's 6 higher if we're trying to impress dwarves.
nice. So the dwarves love the dancing, and now the story of Galeth and Ingrid, and their budding love, even if Ingrid doesn't. Yeah, it's.
So you had a Disney like Beauty and the Beast dance scene.
Pretty much.
Right.
Pretty much.
Ingrid actually speaks to Galeth about other things. While everyone on the outside thinks that they're like, oh, look at them, they're so in love, they're actually talking about warrior shit when they're dancing. So there's actually sort of a slow
Yeah,
dance.
I put the lance right through the fucking Lenorm's eyeball and it exploded. There was lightning everywhere. It was awesome.
Let me just open up Ingrid's character sheet for a second.
I took the damage from the spell, and then I think I was dead for like 2 seconds, and then the wizard brought me back.
Lemmy was about to die, so I just tanked the whole thing to myself.
I'm such a
And I
badass.
blacked out, and then I woke up again, and it was awesome.
I met one
That
of
was the
my grandfather's companions.
He must be quite old by now.
Well, apparently he turned himself into some sort of dark-skinned elf and calls himself Spider.
What?
Yeah.
That name is familiar to me. A dark-skinned Svartalf named Spider or something like that helped us in a fight against a dragon last year.
Well, he's been lingering in this place that you call Acropolis. A place that my grandfather and his and my grandmother and his companions once visited. Apparently he was looking for magic songs.
That would make sense. Why did he come to speak to you? Not just for old time's sake, I imagine.
Well, he wanted to pass on a warning
What warning would that be?
that some dragon named Shimanax has taken over Acropolis. And that he had to make a hasty retreat before they damaged the gate.
We'd heard that. Where did he go to when we might need to speak to him?
He's on Vosgard somewhere. He's a tricky fellow. I tried to keep him in a building, but he's able to just jump from shadow to shadow.
Perhaps we can use magic to speak to him.
He's saying that Isildan led the invasion of Acropolis.
That's what we feared. I'd hoped that would not come to pass so quickly.
They said that they freed whoever that dwarf was in the prison.
Lodrim was Lokrik's cousin.
And that some shade of Oberon was with them.
That is grave news.
What's that, sorry?
Did you say Oberon was with him? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're at the very edge of the communication range of your headset, dude.
Oh my goodness! I had these guys listed somewhere, and there we go.
Yes, Mark, you are in fact hearing bagpipes. You're not going crazy. Well, you might still be going crazy. I can't get.
We're not. Yeah.
But the bagpipes are not a sign of that. Apparently, there's bagpipes outside. They've been playing for the past half hour, which is a lot better than
the
sirens.
Valkyrie, Bronze Saga, the Dragon Slayer, were friends of Trothan, Iriador, Glinhilda, and Barthum. Spider was amongst their group. I do believe they were the last to ascend the steps of Acropolis, something to that end. They carried those tokens.
Yes, we met with Spider briefly. At least he met with Isildan.
You know I carry a token.
Did I know that?
No?
I was not aware.
My grandfather, Bronze Saga the Dragon Slayer, slew dragons that were not Lenorm.
Perhaps dragons, Nalburnese dragons. At least the tales tell of dragons like that.
In fact, I don't even think he was Vosgardian, although he adopted the culture when he met my mother, or my grandmother.
Sounds like quite a man.
I suppose. In my family, it is said that gold dragons, apparently they are great and goodly beings, commonly turn into men and women and walk amongst them.
What a strange tale.
No, not as strange as you may seem. And she flicks her eyelids like there's an extra set of eyelids that she has, and her eyes are slitted.
I cannot hide my surprise, because... Okay.
Do you destroy the taint?
No, I'm going to aim a little above the taint, I think.
That was not the... That was...
Kill her now.
That was not the direction we were going, John.
You could probably kill her on the dance floor, finish it with a pirouette.
Right, exactly.
DC 15.
Right, it's like a little bit a fucking suplex, and then yeah, perfect.
Lord of the Dance.
Sorceress blood runs through my veins, and the power of the sorceress blood comes from that of gold dragons.
I don't know of any gold dragons. I don't think I've ever... They're probably not from my world.
From what I've been able to piece together, gold dragons are like the paladins of dragonkind.
Well, I suppose you should consider yourself greatly blessed then. It is a divine and holy blood that runs through your veins. Along with the blood of heroes, as I understand. It makes me wonder what you're doing just tending to temple here. Well, I suppose you have more responsibilities than that now. Dane.
The heroes of Aegis from the stories of my grandfather and my grandmother. Or sorry, the heroes of their time. They didn't say Aegis, but the heroes of their time. While they did great things, they kicked over hornets' nests and then died, fighting dragons and things that should have been sleeping. In the end, they ended up causing more havoc than good. Did you know that I had a dream of the White Wizard?
No, you did not tell me. What was the dream about?
He called me. He said, "Come to the plinth." And I didn't.
And did you?
No, I told him no, that I would not be slave to his whims, and I would not follow in the footsteps of my grandparents, who were reckless by all accounts.
You must do what you think is right, of course.
And then, well, I suppose he chose you instead.
Good thing, too, I was about to hit the ground.
What do you mean?
I was falling into a tower when the magic caught me and took me here. It's a long story. It feels like years ago now.
So you would be dead if I listened to the White Wizard?
Possibly.
Who should have power like that?
Who can say who has power but the gods? They make decisions. It is their right to do so.
The White Wizard is no god. There are no priests or temples. He's a meddler. A trickster.
Perhaps. But he would not be able to do what he does if the gods took umbrage against his decisions.
No, you're wrong. There are stories of creatures that the gods of the Odin salmon fought with and fought against, things that were equal to them, but not gods. This trickster wizard, he's a meddler. He pulls the strings of those. Instead of me out there fighting Lenorm, it's you.
But now those Lenorm are dead. And evil has been slain, along with others, trolls.
The Tega Lenorm. But there are others.
Indeed.
There are at least a half dozen other kinds of Lenorms, and there are word that they are awakening, and that they're wreaking havoc in the world.
There's no end to evil. But it is up to good. It is up to us to stand up against that evil and fight it.
Yes, but ask yourself, would the Lenorm
win or lose?
Would the Lenorm wake up if you had not slayed the first one?
How
if the
can any
wizard
man
had
know
not
that?
meddled? I'm glad that you are with us.
How could any man know that?
This White Wizard does, and yet where is he? He brings us all together and he doesn't support you? He says that he's disappointed in me because I didn't follow him, this white thing that appeared to me in the night.
Said he was disappointed in you.
Well, I felt his disappointment. The White Wizard is rash and is trying to play God. I fear for you, Galeth.
Have you prayed about this?
Yes.
What does Heimdall think?
Heimdall speaks to me by giving me the light of my blade and a few spells. He has never spoken to me about this particular quandary of mine.
Pray, fast, meditate. Perhaps it will come to you. In dark times, it is often necessary to seek the light.
To know the mind of the White Wizard will require great will require a great quest. There are rumors.
Does Heimdall not see all?
Yes, but the gods, they have their secrets. They don't explain things to mortals.
Then what do you worry about? If it were something that you needed to know, you would know it. And if it is not for you to know, then you will not know it. Why do you question the gods? You should know better than this.
I question the thing that is meddling with all of our lives. Think of Isilden.
It is foolish to linger your thoughts on such things. You cannot know what you cannot know. If it were not for you to do that which you do, Heimdall would not allow it.
It's not a Heimdall and my faith in him that I question. It is the faith in an entity that plays a god, yet is not one. One that we cannot ask, one that we cannot commune with, one that we cannot communicate with, and yet places you and your great friends in danger. That is what I see.
Nawada places me in danger, as I need to be. It is Tyr's guidance, his judgment, that takes me here.
Is it?
It is the path. Have you never strayed from the path and felt the connection severed? Have you never had to seek atonement? We walk a narrow path. We put one foot ahead of the other and stray not to right and left. And when you do, the disappointment of your god, the retribution for your failure, is swift and quick. We are watched very carefully, you perhaps more so than all, since Heimdall is the one who guides you, he who sees all.
And you ask why I play temple. Aren't I the person that you placed in charge of the city?
And I stand by that decision.
To mend
And
your,
as does Lokrik.
To mend your mistake.
You may call it a mistake. I think good came out of that in the end. I paid the price for it.
Be careful. The White Wizard. I do not wish to see your lights extinguished, because the White Wizard is using you like pawns.
When it is time for me to return to Nawada, I will. Until then, I have no fear. You must trust in the gods. There may be others who are powerful who meddle, but you must trust in the gods.
There are other things that you can do with your life, Galeth.
And yet, yes, and yet I choose this. And you choose to do what you have always done.
Okay, so you
Come now.
give me a sense motive.
13, everything's going great.
Okay, she's trying to convince you not to throw your life away.
Come now, let us not talk of such dark things. This is a celebration. Lokrik King.
Okay.
It is a good time for all.
If she meant anything more by that, then you're not sure. But you have a fun time dancing afterwards, dancing and drinking, and all the dwarves think you guys are madly in love.
Of course they do.
Because, of course, look at how good they dance.
That's how it works. That's how you know. They didn't have Facebook back then.
All right, so Gal has an interesting and informative dance with Ingrid. Ukher ends up
have to report her to the
dancing
local
with
Inquisition.
Grinhilder
Like she's,
of Winterpeak, and they trip over each other's toes like something fierce. As the
We slam dance. Slam dance.
Ukher has three left feet
kind
for
of
some
strength
reason.
each other around the battlefield. Quinn's Mares actually.
It is the battlefield. We do not have a dance.
Quinn Sermes actually butts into Ingrid and Galeth's dance and asks for Galeth to dance, and
I am polite, and therefore will do that.
Yes, and she ends up, singing at you throughout the entire dance, which is kind of awkward.
Oh, good lord.
There is a jovial time that is spent. Are any of you doing anything particular when the celebration is happening, or are you guys just enjoying yourselves this one evening?
After some drinking, heavy drinking starts going on, Remy's gonna find a few of the more prickish, wealthy people, and maybe they lose a bauble or two.
Dwarves or humans?
The humans, because he's got an idea that them.
Okay, which human noble? You've got Prince Ogmundsson, King Zverk Left Hand, King Godfred the Sly, or Vosgardian Trud Thorgrim. There's also a priest of Thor, who's a dwarf, and his son, a mole.
He wasn't here for their introductions. Could we just give a quick description of them?
Sure, I'm just gonna go and take
The thuggish one?
All right. So Vosrim Trud was like, "Fuck y'all suck. We should be raiding the shit out of stuff. You're a bunch of whiny bitches. Here's a big sword. Fuck you." Like, he was pretty clear to the point.
He's naked.
He's naked.
He's also mythic.
Ukher beat him in an arm wrestle. He is mythic, although you might not know that. King Godfred is a merchant type guy. He does commerce. King Sverk Left Hand is a slimy snake man. He's not a snake, but he's just slimy.
Yeah.
Prince Ogmundsson is he showed up just bringing a bunch of adamantine, going, "Here, you need to come see my dad." And
he's concerned.
And he's sexy. Look at him with his airbrushed face and smooth ass skin. The locks flowing in the non-existent
This is the guy you were
breeze.
asking if his hair was blowing in the wind?
Yeah, exactly. Grolstag, Stormhammer of Thor, is a dwarf who worships Thor.
Okay.
And his son is a mole, which is like a dwarf orc thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So you choose when Marty comes back. I'm going to grab myself some pizza from upstairs, because I got pizza upstairs.
Okay. Which will leave me to entertain our many viewers.
Also, there's I got an epic VC chat about paladins. It's real funny. With Mark there, yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Yeah, paladin courtship rituals are unique.
Yes.
Involve a lot of guilt.
Clanging and banging, crying, atoning. These sorts of things.
There we go. Who's here? Who's here?
Hey, Mark, who are you robbing?
The guy who Ukher beat in an arm wrestling competition.
Oh. Okay.
The probably mythic guy.
All right, give me a sleight of hand.
Right. Where's it? Oh, yeah. It's what I mean. What the hell? Why is all my shit disappearing?
And are you actually doing this physically, or is this at range?
This is at range. There we go. I think it is plus, yes.
There are chips there, John, if you want.
Oh, that's not updated. I'll have to sync it, that's right. Yeah, it's plus 33. One, two, You got a 35.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a mythic point for another D.
So we would have
6.
13, 16, 21.
So 41.
All right, he needs to roll